Hello everyone, this is Bic Benedict. We're playing Dark Sector on Brutal difficulty mode. This is Chapter 3, Baggage Claim. So, I've had to speed a lot of the clips up in this chapter only because the fights are so excessively long. So, to prevent that in the future, what I'll probably do is just speed run through some of these fights, take more risks, things like that. And I apologize, it's not the funnest thing to watch. But this was a 30-minute video, and I only had 15 minutes, or about 15 to 20 minutes to talk. But anyway, what are we doing here? It's just a basic fight right here. We got some ammo over to the right. The reason I don't have qualms about speeding clips up is because I would say the same exact thing, and that's that. So we're going to get an ability pretty soon, which is to... It's kind of a weird way to say it, but it's like doing a UT in Ninja Gaiden, except that you just hold down the right, the R2 button when you're aiming, and he'll do a power throw, which does 4 times the damage. Literally, it says quadruple the damage. And it's also for opening locks and doors that stand in your way, and treasure chests that yield pretty good stuff. But it can be kind of hard to get the timing right, and you may see me miss throws. So if you've ever played Heavenly Rain, it's a pretty good comparison when you're actually flinging the blade in first-person view, because you do that a lot in that game. And it's a good game, Heavenly Sword. This is a pretty good game too. It's not the best, but I could recite dozens worse off the top of my head, which I'm not going to do because I just woke up. I need to finish this video. So here I'm utilizing guns that I just got, and it's called the power throw. And I don't do it too much in combat, only because you have to expose yourself out of cover, and it's riskier. And sometimes I do a power throw, and it looks like it connects. There it is right there. But it doesn't even do any damage, so I don't even mess with it too much. But for instance, this lock right here, you have to open it with a power throw. So just aim the reticle on it. See, I missed that one. You'll have to acquire the proper timing to get it down. It's not too hard. And this treasure box right here, I'm going to open that up with a power throw. Optional chest, by the way. But you see, I missed the first throw. And this is just another reason I fast forwarded, because I look around all over the place for stuff too. I can't help it. Here's another lock right here. We're going to power throw. And another long battle. So take cover over to the left. So basically, if you don't want to waste too much ammo, you want to focus on using the blade. And in a lot of circumstances, you just won't have any ammo. So you've really got to conserve and do headshots. That's really good too. I mean, headshots, one-hit kill. You can get it off if your aim's pretty precise. I have the sensitivity very low, as I usually have it on games like this. And I'm in the red right here. Enemies don't really rush you too much in this game, so that's pretty good. And the frag grenades, they actually do stuff. Like if you rewind that guy just got launched like 100 feet in the air right there to the left. But in a lot of games that I play like this, third-person shooters, like the grenade aspect, the frag grenades, it doesn't seem like they ever help. But in this game, it's different. It actually help. You can't aim really well. I mean, there's no target with the reticle or anything like that. It's just how much you're arcing the character up and down vertically. So I'm just grabbing items right here, taking care of the guys in the hazmat suits. And we got a guy up on the turret, so watch out for him. He's hard to hit, but if you use the blade... Oh, another thing, the most important thing about the blade that I don't like... By the way, this right here, when the screen changes color, is that photo negative, really bizarre color right there. That's not because of anything else except that the enemies are throwing the Efron at you. Those Efron grenades, which we'll get if we don't already have them. But the biggest problem I have about the Blade, and I thought it would be rectified by upgrades or something like that, was it has very little range when you're going into first-person mode. You could throw a long way just aiming it in third-person view. Whenever you're going for the first-person view and you're aiming it and you're controlling the blade, moving it up and down, left and right, it has no range to it. So you'll be trying to hit an enemy, and then all of a sudden, your blade won't have collided with anything, but it'll just stop. And I think that's just shameful of this game to do that. There should be an upgrade. It should never stop unless you collide with something, but it does in this game. It's really poor, in my opinion. So if you're getting into that circumstance, you're going to have to move forward with the character, get closer to the enemy. And I don't think that was ever a problem in Heavenly Sword. I don't think they ever limited the amount of space your projectile could travel. But that's my biggest gripe with the Blade, and I actually thought they would allow you to upgrade it, but not so. So here's a minor puzzle. Anytime you infuse your blade with electricity, ice, or fire from elements, like anytime there's a fire or that circuit breaker, we need to open that door with this. Your blade's more powerful, but it's only for a short duration of time you can actually use that. But your attacks will be more powerful. And here's some melee combat, and it looks good, and this game runs a nice 60 frames a second. And whenever I get grabbed like that, I actually prefer that because it's simple to win the quick time event and it deals damage to the enemies. But like, I still, and I probably will never know what the game is expecting of me here, because when enemies are running at you, it's really hard to hit them with the blade because it's so slow and you have to wait for it to retract and come back into you if you've already thrown it. So your only option is to go fairly heavy with the melee like I do, or just waste bullets. But I don't like to waste bullets here when I could easily get away with just hitting these guys. It's not fun, it's just kind of boring and tedious. But you have to kill all the enemies to progress, that's the thing, in a lot of instances. If not all of the instances. What I've discovered is that the enemies don't infinitely spawn, but there's a lot of them sometimes, and to move forward or to have a door open or something to progress, you'll have to kill everybody. And there's no item drops either, so it gives you even less incentive to even fight and have fun. But what can you do? You have to kill them. I think there really should be ammo drops at the very least. So anytime you see like this, it's pretty much guaranteed you're going to have to infuse your blade with electricity to open a door. But those are only very minor gripes that I have with this game. It's pretty damn good of a game. It works very well. That's the most important thing for me when I play a game. Okay, this room down here, it's a mandatory fight, like I mentioned before, and I'm sorry that this footage is sped up, but right here, you can infuse your blade with electricity only one time and get some really good kills. See how watch how well it kills these guys. See it electrify both those guys. Now, the enemy's hits when they hit you, it's pretty powerful, especially if they're wielding a weapon. So if you get hit, you're just gonna have to roll away. And if your hits aren't connecting, just evade away and just keep pressing the O button. It's pretty simple. So at some point the door will open. When I first played this, I had no idea like if these guys were finite in number but they are, so that's all you need to know, really. See, the door's still locked. We can't open it. See, I was trying to kill that guy with the blade, and even if you try to sever their head, sometimes it's just not going to work out either. So let's see if I can run past the rest of these guys, because the door did open. You notice I did a couple of power throws right there. Okay. I think I killed them all. But you're going to have to kill all. I would just kill all the enemies. I don't like having anybody left. Okay, here's a double shot upgrade right there. Once we get to the black market, we'll use those. And then we have another long fight coming up in the courtyard. We're going to be going into first-person view for the first time in this game. It's called Aftertouch. So basically what you do is you press the R2 button, and then you press it again very quickly after you've thrown it, and then you can go into this mode here. So that connected because the enemy was pretty close to me. But there's going to be a lot of times, not only in this fight but in the rest of the game, where I'm in the first person view with the blade and it just stops because the enemy's too far away from me. Like I mentioned, one of the drawbacks of this game. So let's see if this one connects. Nope, see, it timed out right there. He's too far away from me. I don't like that. I don't agree with that whatsoever. It's just, it's annoying. What else to say about it? Yeah, I have it on manual aiming, so I'm not sitting in my chair like a jackass, swiping the control up and down. So a lot of enemies over here. Oh yeah, and you're gonna very frequently see me be moving the camera over to the right because there is a guy with a shield that comes. But in this particular fight, he didn't come until the very end, and I had no idea that he was even going to come at the very end, and he really startled me when he showed up because I had killed everybody, and then I heard footsteps, and I thought they were mine, so I attributed the sound to my own character's footfalls, and then the guy just showed up with the shield. They're very deadly enemies. So see how even from up here you can grab the gun. But the best way to deal with the shield enemies is to fling the blade at their shield. That will cause them to flinch and move the shield out of the way so you can actually hit them. There is a way to, after you've made them flinch, if you finish them, but I don't exactly know how that works since there's no way you can get them to like perfectly flinch. But a couple hits from them and you're dead. Ooh, there, see? So it's pretty rewarding. It's fun, but it's much faster to not do the aftertouch, but it's less precise, obviously. Because sometimes when I throw the blade at the guys with the shield, I quickly go up to them and it says finishing, or whatever it says, finishing move. But other times I'll try to go in for a grab and it doesn't let me grab them, so I don't know if it's random or what. And the screams in this game are just delicious. It's the same scream, but I could listen to that scream all day from the enemies. So whenever you're getting in this mode here with the photo negative effect, just move away in any direction. Try to see, that was the smoke cloud right there that I was caught in. So my best advice there would be to just move away from the enemies if you can't locate where the actual dust cloud is. And there's going to be some hidden items in these two rooms right here. So we go. Cut that guy in the abdomen. It's a beautiful game. It really is a great game. So the guy with the shield, I don't know where he is, but he'll sneak up on me eventually. So it was some point around when I went into the other room that I heard footfalls, and I thought the guy just glitched out, but he came. Okay, it was right over here. See, that's why I actually backed up right there and turned around. This game's pretty good about not having enemies spawn behind you in a really cheap manner, so you don't have to worry about that too much. Here's a puzzle. It's not really. It's a puzzle, and it's also kind of ooh, right there, that guy scared the hell out of me last night when I was playing this. So you just throw the blade, he flinches, he moves the blade out of the way. See, I was trying to go in for a grab right there. But the best way to deal with him, if you don't want to get killed, you don't want to risk grabbing him when you probably can't, is to just throw the blade, shoot, throw the blade, shoot. And whenever you see him highlighted red, just go in for the grab. So right here you have to. This is pretty tough because you have to move the blade down very suddenly here in a steep arc. But just hit it and hit the door open right there. Get a cutscene, got an item, and then I'll see you in the next video.